Chapter 6. The Second Zara. Back at the station, Yusuf requested Zara's birth certificate from the local registrar's archive. When the dusty file finally arrived, it contained a shocking detail. Zara and Zara Rafi, born March 18, 1989, twins. But Zaina's death certificate was never filed. Yusuf rushed back to the Rafiq family home. Confronting Ayan, he asked directly, "Did Zara ever mention Zaina?" Ayan's eyes darted nervously. He looked over his shoulder, as if afraid someone was listening. Uncle Rafiq used to say Zaina was cursed. She changed after their mother died. She claimed something lived inside the mirrors. One night, she locked Zara in the cellar and set the house on fire. They thought she died in the flames, but the body was unrecognizable. My uncle buried what he believed was her. After that, no one ever spoke her name again. Why didn't Zara ever tell anyone? Ayan's voice cracked. Because, Yusuf Bai, she didn't know if Zaina was dead or alive. Suddenly, Yusuf's phone buzzed. A message from the forensic lab. Zara Rafiq's fingernails. Traces of blood found, not hers. DNA match pending, but partial results suggest female relative. Possibly a twin. Chapter 7. The Hidden Room. It was nearing midnight when DSP Yusuf returned to the Rafiq Healing Center. The clinic, now sealed, stood eerily quiet under the dull moonlight. A strange instinct told him there was still something inside waiting to be found. Using the old set of master keys found in Zara's drawer, he opened the basement door. Dust and silence clung to the walls. Then, he noticed a loose wooden panel near the back cabinet. Behind it, a narrow passage led to a small room, hidden from the blueprints. Inside, the walls were lined with mirrors, some broken, some intact. On every mirror, messages were scribbled in black marker, almost as if written by a desperate hand. She watches me when I sleep. I hear her voice from the glass. I am Zara. She is not. And in the center, a shattered vanity mirror bore the words, "One body, two souls. Only one can survive." On a desk beside it lay an old psychology case file, titled Shared Delusion Disorder, Case Study, ZR. Chapter 8. The Wrong Sister. The DNA results arrived that morning. Zara Rafiq's blood sample from the crime scene did not match the dental records on file, but it matched the old hospital records of Zara Rafiq, the twin believed to be dead. The woman found hanging in the storehouse was Zaina, which meant only one terrifying possibility. Zara is alive and hiding. Yusuf's mind raced. All this time, the woman everyone thought was Zara was Zaina, posing as her sister. For how long? Weeks? Months? And more importantly, where's the real Zara now? Chapter 9. The Woman in Ziyarat. A tip came from a bus driver in Ziyarat, a remote hill station known for its serenity and secrets. There's a woman staying alone in an old British-era guest house. Never leaves. Talks to mirrors. DSP Yusuf, driven by both duty and guilt, reached Ziyarat by dawn. The fog had swallowed the mountains, and the cold whispered through the pine trees. The guest house stood silent, like a forgotten shrine. Yusuf entered with caution. He found her in a corner room. The woman was sitting cross-legged on a prayer mat, staring into a mirror that had no reflection. She wore a simple white shalwar kameez, and her face was pale, haunted, yet calm. "Zara?" Yusuf whispered. She looked at him blankly. "Who is Zara?" "Your name is Zara Rafiq. Your sister Zaina is dead. She took your life, your name, your clinic." She blinked, visibly trembling. Her lips moved, slowly. No, I'm Zaina. I always was." He knelt beside her, pulling out the photo of the twin girls. "Look, you're the one with the silver bangle. Your mother gave it to you." Zaina wore the black thread. The woman reached for her wrist. The silver bangle was there. And then her hands began to shake. "I don't know who I am anymore." Chapter 10. The Mirror Room. Yusuf brought Zara back to Gwadar, not to the station, but to the hidden room in her own clinic. lined with mirrors. With the help of the forensic psychologist, he planned one final step: exposure therapy, to bring Zara face to face with her fractured self. The room was dark. One mirror remained intact in the center. Zara stepped forward, staring at her own reflection. "I remember this place," she said softly. "This is where she whispered to me, 'Let me live your life.' And I let her." Tears welled in her eyes. She wasn't the monster. I was. I created her in my mind. I was tired of being the weak one. So I built Zaina, and then I became her. Yusuf's heart sank. There was no Zaina anymore. Zaina had died in the fire. And Zara, traumatized, alone, unloved, had split herself in two. She had taken on her sister's identity and murdered the part of herself that felt pain. The woman found hanging wasn't Zaina. It was Zara, the original. And the survivor was the delusion. Final twist. DSP Yusuf closed the case as a rare psychological suicide. But that night, as he looked into his bathroom mirror, he saw a figure behind him. A woman in white, smiling, silver bangle on her wrist. "You thought you solved it," she whispered. "But I never left." The mirror cracked, and the room went dark. Thank you very much for listening to this video. Hope to see you again with another.